In the world of combat sports, we often see fighters trying to score a quick knockout, a blitz attack, to end the fight before it even begins. It's a high-risk, high-reward strategy that electrifies crowds. But what happens when that initial storm meets an immovable object? What happens when one fighter decides to slow everything down, turning a furious sprint into a grueling marathon? Today, we're diving into a fascinating clash of styles, where one fighter's attempt to end it fast was met with a masterful strategy to slow it down. Picture this. The bell rings, and one fighter explodes from their corner, throwing a flurry of powerful strikes. They're aiming for the chin, looking for that one perfect shot to put their opponent on the canvas. The crowd is on its feet, roaring, sensing a spectacular early finish. This fighter is banking on overwhelming their opponent with pure aggression and power, not giving them a single second to think or breathe. It's a strategy designed to shock and awe, to end the contest before their opponent can even find their rhythm. The pressure is immense, a whirlwind of fists and feet aimed at total domination. But on the other side of the ring stands a fighter with a different plan. Instead of panicking or trading fire with fire, she remains calm. Her name is composure. As the storm of attacks comes her way, she doesn't retreat in fear. Instead, she uses expert footwork, head movement, and a tight guard to weather the initial onslaught. She's not just defending, she's gathering information. Every missed punch, every wild kick from her opponent is a piece of data. She's studying their timing, their patterns, and most importantly, their cardio. She knows that this explosive pace is unsustainable. This is where the fight's entire dynamic begins to shift. The fighter who wanted a quick finish is now realizing their opponent is still there, still composed, and still dangerous. The frantic pace she set has cost her a significant amount of energy. Her punches start to lose their snap. Her movements become a little slower, a little more predictable. Meanwhile, our composed fighter, the one who slowed the fight down, is just getting started. She weathered the storm, and now it's her turn to dictate the pace. She starts to use her jab, controlling the distance, keeping her opponent at bay. She starts to implement her own game plan. She clinches. In the clinch, the fight slows to a crawl. It becomes a test of strength, endurance, and technique. The aggressor, who relies on space to throw her power shots, is now trapped. Her biggest weapons neutralized. She's forced to grapple, to push and pull, draining her already depleted gas tank. Every second spent in the clinch is a victory for the fighter who wanted to slow things down. She's not just resting, she's working, landing short knees to the body, making her opponent carry her weight, and mentally breaking her down. The crowd might get a little restless, but true fans know what they're witnessing, a masterclass in fight IQ as the rounds go on. The story of the fight is written on the fighters' faces. The initial aggressor is breathing heavily, her movements are labored, and a look of frustration is creeping in. The fighter who slowed it down, however, looks fresh. She's now the one pushing the pace, but it's a controlled, sustainable pace. She's landing cleaner shots, her combinations are flowing, and she's completely in control. The hunter has become the hunted. She took her opponent's greatest strength, their explosive power, and turned it into their biggest weakness by dragging them into deep waters. She didn't just survive the early storm, she absorbed it, tamed it, and then unleashed her own controlled and devastating strategy. This fight is a perfect example of why a high fight IQ can often triumph over raw power. It's not always about who can hit the hardest or who is the fastest. Sometimes it's about who can think clearer under pressure, who can manage their energy better, and who can impose their will and their tempo on the fight. She proved that slowing down isn't a sign of weakness. It's a calculated strategy, a weapon in itself. She turned a potential 30-second highlight reel knockout into a 5-round lesson in control and endurance. What a performance! What are some of your favorite examples of a fighter slowing down a fast starter? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content. See you in the next one.